Today we're shopping for Mark IV Supras in Japan. I'm going to show you in this video what sort of Supras we've got available, how much they are, what sort of specs they are, the mileage, the condition, and why you might want to buy a Supra from here as opposed to the alternatives, sort of the pros and cons of all that and how to do it right. So with that said, let me just say to begin with, I bought a Mark V Supra earlier in the year and I love it to absolute bits, but I'm making this video because it excites me. I love Mark IVs too, and I really wanted to come here and see what they had and yeah, and have fun. So before we get too much into each of the models that they've got here, let me share a bit more. This is obviously a used car dealership that specifies in more sort of 90s sports cars. They've got a whole bunch of GT86s here, various other things, but they do specialize more in Supras. Obviously you can see they've got a big Supra badge on the back. This place is called King Buyer, although I think maybe I mentioned this, it's not sponsored. King Buy is affiliated with the Our Garage brand. They've got the same website, but this particular store, yeah, super good with their Supras. Now, if I personally was going to buy a Mark IV Supra, then I would buy it from here or somewhere like here, as opposed to alternatives like perhaps you see online a lot people talking about some of the auctions that you get here in Japan. They're great and they have their good uses, but if I was going to buy a Mark IV that I was wanted to use on the road and own personally, I would come to somewhere like this where I can talk to the people a bit more and know exactly what I'm getting myself into. You know, there are pros and cons of dealerships and auctions each, so you know, you can work the rest out, but if it was me personally, I would definitely be coming to somewhere like this. So with that said, let me show you a bit more about exactly what they've got. Alright, first of all, they've got 5 Supras here today. Let's talk about the first one. The first one is automatic, so we're going to move on. The next 3 are SZRs, so you're not going to have your turbos here, but let's just look at the comparison on what you're getting for your money in terms of these. And first of all, we're gonna look at this one. I'm gonna turn the camera on. First of all, we're gonna have a quick look at this SZR, and we can see here that it's a 1999 model. Obviously you're gonna have the turbos here, so it might not interest everyone, but you are getting it at a much cheaper price. It's got some Adavan 3-spoke wheels, original spoiler, and mileage wise we're looking at 72,000 kilometers, and in terms of the year built, this is a 1999. Very, very clean inside. The condition is absolutely fantastic. So that's that one. Moving on, we've got another SZR. This one is a lot cheaper. It's actually a 95 model, and again, similar wing wheels. I'm not too sure what we're running on that, but there you go. You can see in comparison the lamps on these ones are a bit more clouded than the previous one that we looked at, and inside you're not really going to be able to see with the glint on the windows. Yeah, we're looking at a few years older. Mileage on here is 228 kilometers, so obviously a lot more than the previous model, and that's probably where the price difference is. And the next one, also as SZR, I'm a sucker for white Supras, I will say. Let's see what we've got on here. TDR caps in there, and price wise, yeah, still looking a reasonable price. The year is 2000, and the lamps still a bit foggy like the last one. We've got custom wing on the back, Super nice. Inside as well, it is immaculate, as you would expect. However, this one is not so expensive, perhaps because of the mileage being unknown. And in Japan, you do get that sometimes. They do change over clocks in them at a certain point. And honestly, it's a bit strange coming from abroad, but it's not actually that uncommon in Japan. Okay, and today they've only actually got one RZ, so your Mark IV with the turbos, and this one's going for about 7.5 million, and you're looking at about 123,000 kilometers on the clock. It was made in '96, so a very good example. Super clean. You can see the lamps also clean. We're going to have a little bit of a look inside in a minute, but this is what we're looking at in terms of the price and condition of sort of true RZ, which I think if I was going to spend the money on it, this is what I would be going for. This is what we're looking at in terms of the engine. It's got a new air intake, but actually all in all it's fairly stock. I'm not too sure about the head on this. It looks very clean. But a great example. It is running at the moment, and the smell is a good smell, and the noise is a great noise. Alright, we're inside now and turn the engine over. You wouldn't believe how immaculate of an example this is. He's got Recaro seats, but I don't believe, like, everything. Look how this is never been changed. Never been changed. He's done a few things, like, you know, you might see like this. Obviously got dials here, and also this one here. But original steering wheel. It's obviously worn, but in such a great condition. But panels and everything, it is so clean. Alright, a super quick one today, and wrapping up and going back. But before we go, so gone are the days of hidden gems. People who are selling Mark IV Supras know what they're selling. They know what they've got, they know how much it's worth. So you're not going to find those hidden gems. You might find some good deals, but you know what you're looking for. You know the market rates. So see how that compares with what you can get here. And yeah, I hope this was interesting and helps a bit. Obviously not going into massive detail, can't drive the cars, so there's limited stuff that we can share, but yeah, enjoy.